Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, choose the correct value for x. 3x minus 15 equals x minus 12. So I'm looking for the value for x. Okay, so right now, if you notice, I have two expressions, right? I have an equal sign in between them, and I'm trying to find out what is the value for x. Okay, so what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna solve for x. Okay, so let me write it down over here. And what it means by solve for x, it means that I need to find the value for that variable x. And the way that I'm going to do that is by getting rid of everything that is with the x and leaving x alone. Okay, so right now I notice that I have x's on both sides. I got variables on both sides. So I need to move my variables to one side. And there's no right or wrong thing to do here. You can decide whichever variable you want to move. I normally go to removing the smallest one, okay? Just so that I can avoid working with negative numbers, but it's totally up to you. So I am gonna start by subtracting the x on both sides, okay? And remember, whatever you do on one side, you do it to the other side. So my x's are gonna cancel on the right. On the left, I got 3x's minus an x, which means minus 1x. Remember, no coefficient? We can always write a 1. 3x minus 1x gives me 2x minus 15 equals negative 12. Okay, so now I see variables only on the left, which is good. So now I need to get rid of everything else that is around the x. Okay, so my first thing that I'm going to do is I need to get rid of the minus 15. And the opposite of a minus 15 or the opposite of subtracting 15 is actually adding 15 on both sides. Okay, notice how my equal sign is kind of like in the middle between my two sections. So make sure that you try to keep it like that so that you don't get confused. So my 15 is going to cancel on the left. And I am going to have only 2x equals, and now I subtract negative 12 plus 15, and I get a positive 3. Okay, now I need to get rid of the coefficient 2. Now notice how 2 is multiplying x. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide by 2. Okay, so my 2 divided by 2 cancels out because it actually converts to a 1, right? And that's the same thing than saying 1x equals 3 over 2, which is the same as x equals to 3 over 2. If you want to change that to a decimal, it's totally up to you. 3 over 2 is the same as 1.5. So you decide which one are you looking for. I can look at my answer choices and I can see the letter D matches that. Now there's one more step that you might want to consider doing, and we call it check your work. The way that you check your work is you rewrite the original equation exactly as it was given to you. And the way you check is, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to replace x with the value that I found. You see how I left the empty spaces? Because I'm going to write down my value that I found, which is either 3 over 2 or 1.5. We can go with a 1.5 if you want to. And if you work at the problem, you are going to get a negative 10.5 on the left, and you also get a negative 10.5 on the right. So the way that we check the work is whatever is on the left needs to be exactly what's on the right. And if I get the same numbers, the same digits, that means that my value is correct. Therefore, my answer for this, it is letter D. Let's highlight my answer here, okay? And if you want to, you can always come back and say, well, this is what I did. I replaced the x right there, and I replaced the x right there. Okay?